one of the key things that we all need to learn and master is how to set priorities. If we fail to prioritize, life will bring to us many things that will become distractions on our journey towards greatness or towards success and the fulfillment of our purpose. And one author, Stephen Covey, says that many of us spend a lot of time doing what is urgent and little time doing what is important. That's just to paraphrase one of his quotes. So we spend so much time doing what is urgent and we spend little time doing what is important. So that is an indication of a lack of priority. And when we say something is urgent, it means that it needs immediate attention. You need to complete it or do it within a certain limited time frame, or it is immediate in its request for attention. But when we say something is important, it means that it is of value, it is significant, and it is something that has a key role to play in determining your success. Now, one model or approach that can help make the setting of priorities a bit more simpler for you is what is called the Eisenhower Matrix. So the Eisenhower Matrix, and this was developed by a former president of the United States, the 34th president of the US, David Eisenhower. And the matrix contains four main quadrants. There's the do quadrant, there's the schedule quadrant, there's the delegate quadrant, and there's the delete quadrant. Now, the matrix helps you to prioritize by determining your activities, your objectives, whatever tasks or requests that comes to you, whether daily, weekly, whatever it is, determining how to place them in order of priority from two main dimensions, as the quote in Covey mentioned, the urgent and the important components. So the first quadrant talks about tasks or activities that are urgent and important. This means that before I set out for a new week, I want to determine within the week what are some of the tasks, assignments, activities, whether work related, school related, family related, whatever it is, that need immediate attention. There's a deadline to it. I need to complete it soon, or else I would not be able to do it any other time. So they are urgent, but as well as being urgent, you also want to be sure that they are important. Would they help me to take a better step forward as an individual? My goals for the month, would this task, this activity contribute to making any meaningful impact in my life? Is it important? Is it of value? So for instance, I make a determination that this week, these are things I'll do. I want to be sure, I want to ask myself, which of the tasks am I supposed to complete, for instance, by tomorrow, which is Tuesday, before the day ends? It is urgent. Now, is it an activity or task that is important to making my week a fruitful one? If yes, then I put it in the do quadrant. I have to do it. It is urgent and important. The second quadrant is the quadrant for important but not urgent tasks. So that means that the tasks or activities are important, they are valuable, they are significant to my goals for this week. However, they are not urgent. So for instance, I'm supposed to call someone to probably check up on them. Is it important? Yes. They are my friend. I need to check up on them. So it is important for the fact that this is a good friend. Checking up on this friend this week will be a good thing. It's important in my life. it helps sustain my friendship. But is it urgent? Is it something I cannot do without? Is it like there's a deadline to checking up on this person such that I have to do it by all means by close of day tomorrow or by Friday? Whatever it is, as I set my agenda, my activities for this week, is it important? Yes, but it is not urgent. It is not a do or die affair, so to speak. So I put that in the second quadrant. So I will not prioritize that above the items in quadrant 1, which are urgent and important. The third quadrant, so that's why the second quadrant is called the schedule quadrant. So you can schedule it, you can put it at a later time, you can think of next week or something. If it's not urgent and important, then that means I can put it to maybe Friday or something. That is the second quadrant. The third quadrant is called the urgent but not important. So the delegate quadrant. So these are activities that are urgent. So someone calls me and says that and with the kind of work I do, people will call you, so I need you to do this for me and complete something for me, and I need it by, let's say, Thursday. Can you do it for me? Even if you pay me, so long as it is going to distract my schedules, it is going to cause me to be under unnecessary pressure. Although it is urgent, there's a deadline for the individual, it is not important to my well-being, my welfare, and my ability to have a week. And so that will go to the third quadrant. It is urgent but not important. There's a football match that is ongoing. It's starting at 7. Here I am working on a task, trying to complete an assignment, and it's 6:30. That football match is urgent because there's a timeline to it. 7, in some matter of time it will start. It is urgent. I need to attend to it, but it is not important to ensuring that I have a fruitful week, and therefore it goes to delegate. And by delegation, what it will mean is that it's not necessarily saying that I'm letting someone else watch it on my behalf, but what it means is that I can say this football match can wait. It is urgent but not important because I can watch the highlights or check the scores later. It goes into the delegate quadrant. Someone says that escort me to somewhere, and that is not going to be important to my agenda for the day. So I could make a recommendation that they call someone else or tell them something that could help them, sort out whatever company they needed for that purpose. It is urgent but not important to the fulfillment of my goals for the day or the week. And the final quadrant is the delete, which is neither urgent nor important. There are a number of things that they are not urgent and they are not important. So the things that are not urgent, they are not important. Watching a movie that it's not urgent that you watch a movie. It's not a do or die affair, so to speak, and it's not important really, because as a student, the important things, yes, watching a movie can help. It helps release stress. But once you know that watching a movie, going to a party, it's not an urgent need for you to be a successful or excellent student. It's not an urgent need. It's not also important to ensuring that you get your A's and do well. You put it in the delete quadrant, the fourth quadrant. So you realize that at the end of the day, your priorities for the day are clear. What is urgent and important? What is important but not urgent? What is urgent but not important? And what is neither urgent nor important? And that will set your priorities clear, whether for the day, the week, the month, and you would be someone who is very, very intentionally working on making progress and excelling wherever you find yourself. I hope this helps.